Yo, what's up YouTube? Nate here. I just got my $1,100 part in the mail. So I did say $1,100. That's what this part cost brand new. It did not cost me $1,100 in case you were wondering. This is the idle air control valve for the Audi. It cost me $67 off eBay. That's the cheapest I could find it anywhere. It's not an exact fit, but I think it's close enough that it's going to work for our purposes. Now, the next cheapest that I could find this part was $480 used and $1,100 brand new from O'Reilly's. And that's how they packaged this $1,100 part. So I hope it's not damaged. Let's go ahead and open it up and check it out. Here. And I got one more. And there we are. Let me take it out of the bag. All right, so I got it completely taken out of the bag. Here's the old idle air control valve, and here's the new idle air control valve. So flipping them over, you will notice that they're both Bosch, Volkswagen, or Audi parts made in Germany. But you will also notice that my part numbers are slightly different, but I don't think it should matter. I think that they should match up pretty close. The mounts look about the same, as well as the holes and everything else. I mean, I can't really tell that anything's different, other than I think the electronics in this guy are toast, whereas we hope the electronics in this new/used valve are not. If it doesn't fix my issue, I might try to replace the $20 pigtail, and if that doesn't happen, then I don't know. I'm really kind of done investing the money into this car. I have a video coming soon for you guys on what the rebuild cost me in total, or what the build on this car cost me. Just getting it back to running in factory stock condition as far as mechanical reliability is concerned, because you guys know that there's a whole ton more of body work that we could be doing to this car. So this little repair that I ended up having to fix so I can keep driving the car cost me 67 bucks. And in today's video, I'm going to show you how to put the idle air control valve back onto a 1997 to 2003 Audi A8 Quattro with the 4.2 liter V8 Volkswagen engine. Here we go. So I am right by the interstate, and I'm still kind of awkward vlogging in front of people. So like right now is an awesome time because our apartment complex is dead, but we live by an airport, and so there's an airplane, and then we also live right by the interstate. So if you guys might have a hard time hearing me, if you do, I apologize. I'm trying to get better audio here on the channel for you. But in my last video, I explained what happened when the idle air control valve broke in the car. So if you want to know what the symptoms are and what code the engine throws, go ahead and check out my last video. Again, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And this time for real, I'm going to jump into it. So your idle air control valve is actually only bolted on by 3 bolts and plugged in right here. So to unplug it, you push in the little harness and pull out. Remove the 3, and then I had to get a little screwdriver down in between here and the throttle body just because it was sealed really well to break it apart. Once I did, that valve just slides right up and out, and you can see the part number right under there. This is a Bosch. The new one I got is also a Bosch. It's a slightly different part number, so I've got my fingers crossed it'll work, but it looks identical other than the color. So here's my new idle air control valve. This isn't just to simply take the old one off, put this one on. Instead, we've got to really clean up the, I guess, the surface to where these two meet. It looks like this one's been cleaned up already, but I'm gonna clean up a little better. I'm gonna clean up this with some brake cleaner, and then I'm gonna use gasket sealer just to kind of get a good seal on it. It looks like something's been used there in the past, so I'm gonna put down some black, and then we're gonna go ahead and torque it down to spec and plug it in and see how it runs. Okay, so cleaning things up was actually way easier than I thought. I put 2 fingers in the holes, squirted it with brake cleaner, and scrubbed it down really well. I tried not to hit any electronics, but you guys know, of course, with my luck, I pointed the spray can wrong and sprayed it right down on this electrical connector for the throttle body, so that was good. But anyways, I got this cleaned up really well. It seems like this is some sort of rubber mount, so I am still going to throw on some black, but then I'm going to go ahead and put the new valve on, torque it down, just to make sure it fits. Everything actually looks like it fits in place perfectly, and my suspicion was right. The guy that I bought this from had cleaned this really well, so I didn't really have to do anything there. I'm excited to see if this works though. So I'm actually not going to put a lot of black on because I don't want to, again, get it down in to my throttle body or anything like that. I'm just going to kind of spread this around so it makes it just a nice thin gasket and a good seal. Something to hold it in place really and not let any air escape. Actually had to run back to the house to get the 3 nuts that go on top because I forgot them. So I might sound out of breath, but I'm going to go ahead and sit the new valve down, put the nuts on, we'll torque her up, plug her in, and again give her a try out, see how she runs. Another airplane going overhead. It's actually not bad from inside the house, but out here you'd make you wonder why you want to live here. I didn't really mention it, but these bolts, they're just a standard, or I should say a metric size 10. Pretty standard bolt on this car, honestly. And I don't know what the torque spec is. I think I said I'm going to torque them down to spec, but I don't really know what the torque spec is. It's like 30 or 40. Alright, everything's feeling pretty tight. We've got the new idle air control valve on. So you just want to tighten up those 3 in alternating patterns so it all goes down evenly. Then I'm going to plug back in the connector and the car should be ready to run. Alright, so here's our first start in the Audi with the brand new idle air control valve. It hasn't ran in like 4 days, so it's a pretty cold start. Here we go. No response. Alright, try it again. Still no response. I'm actually going to turn it on and leave the key in the on position for about 2 minutes, try and let the throttle body recalibrate itself. Maybe it's just not reading the new idle air control valve, and maybe the new idle air control valve doesn't even work with this car's ECU or something like that. But you can tell from those 2 attempts to start it up, it doesn't want to hold idle, and so it dies right out. I hope this works because, again, check out my other video, but a new idle air control valve is like $480 to $1,100, so not worth it for this car. 3rd attempt, here we go. Well, we got something a little more. This time I'm going to go ahead and try to give it a little idle with my foot, see if that makes a difference. Alright, I got the car running. Let's let it sit here and warm up for a minute, and then I'm going to try to take my foot off, cross our fingers that it stays running. It might be a thing where it just needs to build pressure back up in the system since I've had it open or something like that. Fingers crossed. I really hope this valve works. Alright, so it didn't die that time, but it got really close. I hope there's no setup involved in switching out this valve. I guess maybe I should have done some more research, some more due diligence on that before I bought it. You are going to notice that the check engine light is back onto the car, but that's the code I talked about in my other video. That's the idle air control valve because it wasn't on when I tested the car last, so it thinks that it's missing. So maybe I need to reset the code. I might try that. Let me try disconnecting this valve entirely. Oh, we got a little bit of a change there. I'm going to come here so my lapel mic doesn't get caught up in the fan. Plug that back in. Alright, so I've got that same code. My distributor engine speed input is really low. P1507, that's the code here, and P1509. I'm actually not sure what the P1509 is, so we might look that one up real quick. But I'm guessing it's probably telling me that my air control, idle air control system, high RPM. So that happened last time I plugged it in, it revved clear up. Oh yeah, circuit malfunction. So alright, so the codes are cleared, no more check engine light, but obviously my idle is way lower than it should be. And when I step on the gas, the car about dies first before taking off. And she died completely. Well, I can't really get the car to stay idling. I mean, it is idling right now, but at like 500 RPMs. I need it to be at like 700 RPMs, which is where it's supposed to sit. Before, when I had the other valve, it was idling at like 1200 RPMs to 3000 RPMs. And when it was just disconnected and the valve was still on, it would idle at 1000 something RPMs. Maybe this valve's stuck too. I don't know. I might try putting on the old one just to see what it does, but this might not be the end of our idle air control valve fiasco. Alright, so I just got the idle air control valve off. Maybe the gasket maker was not smart. It looks like I've got some sucked up into the valve, so I'm going to go ahead and re-clean it. I'm going to clean the gasket maker off of this, and I'm going to try it again. It was the goo, so don't put gasket maker around your idle air control valve. It doesn't really help out when that black gasket maker goes up inside of your idle air control valve and plugs things up. So I took the new one off, I cleaned it out, put the old one on, determined it probably was still bad, and now finally I've got the new one to idle at a proper idle when the car is warmed up with that valve clean, and it hasn't taken off on me. It sat here for a minute. I'm going to take the car out, I'm going to drive it around, but it was the black gasket maker. So if you're going to put gasket maker on your new idle air control valve, make sure you let it sit overnight to dry completely so that when you turn the car on, it does not suck it into your idle air control valve and throttle body. Oh, I hope that does not cause any future complications with this car. But I got the new valve on. It seems to be working okay finally. I was and am a little bit worried because the part numbers are a little bit different. I don't know if I'm going to have trouble with the car starting in the early mornings now when it's cold, but it seems to be running fine when it's hot. I'm going to make a separate repair video on how to take it on and off that's much more concise, that's much better, and that doesn't show all of the boo-boos or the mess-ups that we had in this video. But I think that the Audi is running once again. Fingers crossed that we have no more breakdowns with this car and that we can sell it. What a great car it is. It should be mechanically sound and reliable. We've done, I guess, its major servicing interval, new timing belt, and of course the repair of brand new head gaskets on this car. The engine's super clean. It runs really, really well, and it is super fun to drive. I'm excited once again to be able to finally drive this car completely sorted out. Alright guys, so I am back inside after replacing the idle air control valve on my 99 Audi A8. Like I said, it didn't really go to plan, but it went well getting the new one on. I think it's working okay. I drove the car around the parking lot a little bit. I'm going to drive it later tonight. I don't remember if I filmed an ending to this video for you guys, so I'm going to go ahead and go put it together, throw it up on the channel for you now. I got cleaning my tools for the winter time after all of these long repairs. They are super, super dirty. Leave a comment below of what you guys would like to see come to the channel, what type of content you guys would like to see, videos that you'd like to see with my 99 Audi A8 Quattro, with my 2004 F-150 FX4, and I've got another vehicle coming to the channel for you guys. No, I didn't buy anything. This is actually my wife's car that I've been driving and working around for about 6 months. It's not a bad car and it's not in bad shape, but I've got lots of content to come on it for you guys because I'm going to show you guys what to do or how you can make your older car, your older vehicle feel new again or feel much newer and nicer. Plus, we're going to be working out some of its reliability issues or kinks that are starting to pop up with the car. It's not got that many miles on it. Actually, it's our lowest mile vehicle at 137,000 miles. So I am excited to be introducing that to you guys here very soon. I've also got lots of great content to come on the Audi. I am looking to sell the car, so it's going to be kind of exciting to finally pass off this project to someone new that maybe can continue and maybe can finish the body work and get the car looking brand new once again. So if you like this video, go ahead and smash that thumbs up button. Again, leave a comment below of what you'd like to see, and subscribe to my channel for all of the great content that I have coming for you guys, and hit that bell icon so that you're notified every time I upload a video. I hope you guys are doing great. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll catch you in the next one.